Green buildings are springing up across the globe. While many new buildings are integrating green design strategies, building owners and industry professionals are discovering great opportunities to green our existing buildings. This video covers many of the relevant topics related to greening existing buildings, including benefits and barriers, performance contracting, and the lead for existing building rating system administered by the U.S. Green Building Council. Case studies are used throughout this video to illustrate successful strategies to improve the comfort and performance of existing buildings while reducing negative impacts to the natural world. A preceding video, Greening New Construction, covered the keys to designing and constructing new buildings. This video offers many parallels but differs in focus. Greening existing buildings includes an emphasis on long-term operations and maintenance of built environments. Whether a building is relatively new or quite old, there are almost always ways to make a building more energy efficient, comfortable, and a healthier place to live and work. Even buildings that are quite new have opportunities for cost-effective improvements. And of course, older buildings present even greater opportunities for increased performance. Older historic buildings can present unique challenges when updating or retrofitting. But buildings that are an important part of our history and heritage can also be rehabilitated using sustainable practices.
The Porter building here is 10 years old and encompasses approximately 9,100 square foot. About 18 months ago, we began looking at the process of becoming a LEED EB building. We quickly found that there were many strong features in the LEED process that fit right into our building service contracting program, one of which was green cleaning.
The reason we got into LEED EB in the first place is through a performance contract. The performance contract had been underway for several years, and we had completed a first phase. We were working on the second phase, and we were looking at ways to go a little bit above and beyond the performance contract. And LEED EB was kind of like the next step.
You know, the city of Fort Collins has been in this, designing buildings using green building practices since probably 2001.
The Wellington Webb building is a very important pilot project for the city. We have over 250 buildings that we maintain. This is the first building that we've looked at incorporating LEED EB into an existing building. And it's important that we make sure that we understand the benefits that we can gain by incorporating sustainability into our buildings, that we bring in third-party verification, and then we export the best practices.
Optimizing energy performance is one of the most economically and environmentally compelling reasons to build and renovate with green strategies. In the United States, more than 40% of our primary energy is used for building operations and maintenance. Older buildings have the opportunity to realize dramatic savings from energy efficiency upgrades.
We still have a tremendous amount of old technology lighting in commercial properties throughout the city, and it's a simple upgrade that can save 30 to 40% of electricity costs, has great benefits on the side of improving the indoor environmental quality of the space at the same time.
The savings that we realized from occupancy sensors in 2005 came out to about $44,000. We also have sensors on the vending machines too, resulting in a savings of about $13,000 a year.
Our second summer in the performance contract, I got a call from our accounting department. They wanted to know if there was a problem with our electrical system because our electrical bills had dropped drastically, and that was a result of our lighting project. And I think in the first summer alone we saved almost $200,000 off of our utility bills by simply changing out the lights in the ballast.
Buildings can be powered by renewable energy through a number of different methods, wind being the most common. Many owners and tenants choose to purchase wind power from their local utility or through another green power provider, a cost-effective way to purchase renewable energy.
The owners had decided during the process to purchase all of their energy credits through the wind power program. In addition, the building has all of its utilities underneath the facility, making them much less susceptible to weather and much more efficient, and has a generous overhang preventing some of the solar gain.
On-site generation is on the rise due to recent federal and state incentives that greatly reduce the upfront costs of renewable energy systems. Water is a precious resource all over the world, and especially in the arid West. Being conscious of the way our buildings and sites use water is an important facet of green operations and maintenance. One way to conserve water is through our outdoor landscapes. Find opportunities for planting species that are appropriate for the amount of rainfall that typically falls on the site. It's not always possible to eliminate the need for irrigation, but it is possible to make the most effective use of the water that we do use. Indoor water use is another area to realize considerable water savings. Technologies such as ultra-low flow lavatories, automated sensors, dual flush toilets, waterless or low-flow urinals, and low-flow shower heads reduce water use and are often easy retrofits. Resulting water savings can range from 20 to 60% depending on pre-existing plumbing fixtures.
We've done a complete inventory of all our fixtures throughout the city and tried to decide what the water usage is in each one of those fixtures. And what we're trying to do is convert those to low flow and also put in as many waterless urinals as we can possibly put in.
We measured the water going out in our toilets, and some of the toilets were flushing around 7 or 8 gallons, where it should be around 3 gallons. Through the project, we were able to bring that down to 1.8 or 1.6 gallons per flush. So we were cutting our water usage bill almost in half for toilet use.
Many owners and facility managers understand that energy and water efficiency retrofits are a great idea, but budgeting for the changes is not always given a high priority.
The first thing to look at when greening existing facilities is energy efficiency. That's where you can get the biggest bang for your buck, as well as the greatest environmental benefit. If you don't have funds to pay for efficiency improvements, don't let that stop you. Actually, it's not a problem at all. You can use the performance contracting approach. That's where you take advantage of the fact that energy and water savings pay for projects over time.
Performance contracting involves a third-party energy service company that conducts a thorough audit of a facility. This is done at no upfront cost to building owners. The energy service company finances the project and is paid through the energy and water savings. Performance contracting has been successfully implemented for many years and on hundreds of projects. Colorado alone has over 50 successful examples of such projects. The Governor's Office of Energy Management and Conservation provides tools and suggestions to start a performance contracting project. Building commissioning is a systematic process of ensuring that building and mechanical systems are installed and functioning as intended. Commissioning can be done as part of a performance contract or as a separate service depending on the needs and resources of a client. Commissioning also helps to establish sound building operation and maintenance practices for facility managers and building system operators. Resulting cost savings are realized through reliable and well-maintained equipment. Many schools, hospitals, businesses, and governmental agencies routinely recommission their facilities and quickly realize financial and comfort benefits.
One of the tools that LEED EV gave us for commissioning was to retro-commissioning or going back and recommissioning buildings and looking at that again. And what that led us to is basically a continuous commissioning program where we're continuously, monthly or bi-monthly, looking at systems, checking set points, where in the past that was maybe done once a year or once every 3 years in our facility audit.
For existing buildings, all retrofit and remodel projects should consider waste management, durability of building materials, and opportunities for material reuse and recycling. One area of particular opportunity is in evaluating an organization's waste stream. Every organization has a track record for waste and purchasing practices. Evaluating this track record gives organizations an opportunity to create a baseline and goals for improvement. Waste audits should be conducted to identify opportunities for source reduction and diversion of waste.
When we go into businesses, we actually analyze their waste stream to determine what they're throwing out. We look in their trash cans, in their dumpsters. Then we can collect that information and determine how to best set up a recycling program so that we divert as much of their waste stream as possible. We can typically, get 70, 80, even 90% diversion rates for folks with an aggressive recycling program.
Following an audit, a waste reduction policy can be implemented to improve purchasing strategies, waste collection, recycling efforts, and employee education. The purchasing of new products, such as light bulbs, furniture, carpet, paint, paper products, and cleaning products for regular operations and maintenance, presents opportunities to implement green strategies. The best way to manage the impacts of new building and operations products is to implement a sustainable purchasing program. Such programs should examine several criteria for new product purchases, such as embodied energy, durability, recycled content, ease of maintenance, and effects on indoor air quality.
The sustainable purchasing program was mostly driven by the performance contract. For example, we put new lighting fixtures, and the lights that go in those lighting fixtures are low energy lights. The second part of sustainable purchasing, we looked at policies and procedures for the Capitol complex relative to tenant finish. It's doing new carpeting, new paint, so we had to make sure that as part of the standards, the tenants knew that they could only use low VOC material.
We were able to reduce our solid waste stream by 62% through a waste stream audit and getting all the occupants excited about recycling.
Aged Woods is a company that is able to remanufacture old barn wood into products that are both functional and beautiful. Reclaimed wood floors can offer a high-quality product with a unique look and a connection to the past. A nonprofit salvage company, Resource, sells reclaimed materials to builders and homeowners, allowing functional building products such as doors, windows, and hardware to have additional lives, while at the same time reducing extraction and landfill impacts. Overall indoor environmental quality affects our health and well-being, especially considering the amount of time that most of us spend indoors. Studies show that a healthy workplace reduces employee absenteeism and turnover, increases retail sales, and improves occupant productivity and satisfaction. If a building is being remodeled, it's important to consider the advantages of low-emitting materials and finishes.
Some of the materials that we use, whether it's new construction or a remodel, we would look for low VOCs in paints, coatings, adhesives, flooring adhesives, and even some woods. The reason that Alliance uses these materials is because studies have shown that lower VOC levels in the products creates a healthier workplace, which lowers the level of absenteeism by the employees, and it also creates a more productive work area.
Effective daylighting is an excellent way to reduce energy costs and increase the quality of indoor spaces. The easiest way for existing buildings to make the most of natural light is by using light-colored paints and finishes. More extensive retrofits may include the addition of light tubes, windows, clear stories, and light shelves.
In our building, we thought having daylight and views, a connection to nature was really important. So we opened up the interior of the building so there was glass partitions between the inside and the outside offices, and let the daylight come in and let views go out. And in one area in the back we had a difficult time doing that, so we opened up the rooftop and put a skylight in and created daylight throughout the building.
Keeping our buildings clean is also vital to a healthy indoor environment. Unfortunately, this goal is often compromised by using cleaning agents that are highly toxic.
Though in green cleaning we see good synergies with materials and resources in using recyclable and durable goods and equipment, and with sustainable sites through pest control, there are three core principles to green cleaning. First, keep soil outside. 85% of all soil comes in through the entrance, so good and appropriate strategies for entry matting, and maintenance of these areas will retard soil intrusion. Secondly, is to use green cleaning tools and equipment that not only trap soil well, but keep it trapped so it isn't redistributed through the indoor environment. And finally, the use of green cleaning chemicals that not only do not pollute the indoor environment, but also clean up the wastewater streams that leaves the facility.
By encouraging the use of mass transit, carpooling, telecommuting, and by supplying bike racks and changing rooms, organizations can help reduce the environmental impact of cars. Some employers even offer hybrid, biodiesel, and flex fuel vehicles for company errands and fleet vehicles. This is a great way to lessen an organization's environmental footprint and to make a bold statement about the organization's environmental commitment.
City of Fort Collins has been one of the leaders in the use of alternative fuels. We've been in the business since the early 70s. We've used compressed natural gas, we've used electric vehicles, we've used propane vehicles.
There are bona fide benefits to updating the outdoor lighting of existing facilities. Often outdoor lighting is part of the scope of work in performance contracts because of the energy-saving potential. Quality site lighting provides increased visibility and safety while reducing energy demand. It also increases visibility of the stars and reduces negative impacts to nocturnal animals. By choosing outdoor management practices that have low environmental impact, we preserve ecological integrity while supporting building performance.
On our ground maintenance, we use mulching mowers. It serves a threefold purpose for us. It removes the grass clippings from the waste stream and not going into the landfill. We can use the grass clippings as a natural water conservation measure for absorption of water, and it serves as, if you will, a natural organic compost for the grass.
In addition to the strategies and technologies outlined thus far, there are countless other ways to update a building for maximum environmental, social, and economic benefit.
So we actually received an innovation credit for our self-guided educational tour. The tour has two facets. The first is a series of static displays and signs talking about our green products, our green strategies, and our collaborative design measures that we've taken here in the building. The second facet is actually our digital data signs. Now, our digital data signs allow us to provide up-to-date information on Alliance water usage, on energy usage, on tenant work in the building, and pertinent events in the community in the area.
It can be engaging and rewarding to seek out and implement greener products, technologies, and practices into your organization. Some organizations have created a green team to explore and help implement greener strategies and practices. Just as with new buildings, we are increasingly aware of the benefits of a well-integrated, knowledgeable team of diverse experts that can all contribute to a successful, sustainable facility. By implementing these and other green building and operations practices, people in the Rocky Mountain West and across the country are rethinking and recreating their built environments, resulting in better places to live and work. Every facility has significant ways that it can improve its performance.
Putting in green features is an investment. That investment can be measured financially, economically. It can be measured in productivity, the happiness, and the healthfulness of a space. It's not just a quantity, as in dollars, it's a quality of life. That's what sustainability is about. It's trying to preserve a high quality of life for present and future generations.
By becoming mindful of the impacts of the operation and maintenance of our buildings, more knowledgeable about green building technologies and strategies, and striving to implement these practices, we can recreate buildings that are healthier, more beautiful, and more energy efficient than the buildings of yesterday. Pursuing these goals will result in built environments that work well for people, the economy, and the planet.